All right, we're back. We wrap it up here. This was an email. Remember, you can email the questions too. I've got so many in my inbox I still have to open because when we went to Indianapolis, we kind of got thrown off track. But here's one from the email inbox. How do you get over a heartbreaking season-ending loss? I think Andrew sent this. He said, obviously I'm referring to my Buffalo Bills here, but it can be related to college football too, like other walk-off losses. How did Oklahoma cope with losing the Rose Bowl to Georgia? 2nd and 26, Georgia loses to Alabama the very next week, even the 2019 Fiesta Bowl. What do you do to cope? Well, my short answer is you don't. In the immediate aftermath, you're shell-shocked, you are heartbroken, you certainly, if you're like me, you do not show your face out in public the rest of the day, maybe the next several days. If you got to call out of work, that's what God created sick days for. If you're in class, you better be wearing a hoodie and sunglasses. I don't know what to tell you. Part of the passion that you invest in this stuff is there is risk. It's not all reward. There is risk. And the risk is someone could just reach into your chest and grab that heart and say, look what I got. It's kind of like when your uncle used to steal your nose, only this is, while still figurative, a lot more painful when it happens. The fact of the matter is, if you live in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and Georgia beats you in overtime of the Rose Bowl, you don't cope immediately. It's painful. It's like a dagger to the crotch. That's exactly what it is. And if you are Georgia, the very next week, think about the 7-day turnaround. You experience a walk-off college football playoff win at the Rose Bowl. Then you're in overtime of the national championship game, and you get Tua Tagovailoa on 2nd and 26. So you experience the best and worst of fandom. What do? You deal with it. But here's what I always know. What I always know is, in my line of work, like where I see this sport from, I don't have to worry about it, but yet I still feel it. Because in any of the big fan bases, I correspond with at least hundreds of you from any of the big fan bases. And some of you I've gotten pretty close to. So I know if Georgia loses that game or Oklahoma loses that game in that fashion, if Alabama loses on the last second to Clemson, you may say, oh, Bama's got plenty of them. There's never enough. I know I got some folks hurting. And I need to go to the eye, Josh. I need to console. I need to comfort. Sometimes you need just a wayward stroke of the cheek. If that's what you need, I'm here for you. I view it differently these days. I look at it as, oh boy, I need to go celebrate with the folks who deserve celebration, but then I need to go console those who need the consoling. Look, Andrew, there is no easy way. I think anyone who watches sports and who is truly invested, you know there is no easy way. But what I would just try to do, it's hard to do this, I would try to understand that part of that pain is what makes sports beautiful. That's what makes competition beautiful. And you know, in the pain and the hurt of losing, that's what makes winning feel like it does. That's what makes winning a championship feel like it does. When you watch people lose their mind, when you see over 100,000 people show up for a trophy presentation in Athens, Georgia, it's because of that. Those people wouldn't be there if they hadn't felt the hurt in several years past. That hurt has an opposite end of the spectrum to it, and it's if you can finally win a championship, like if the Buffalo Bills were to finally win a championship. Can you imagine how many days or weeks they'd have to shut that city down for? So there's beauty in the pain. That's the best way, if you were sitting on my couch here, that I could sum it up for you. Really appreciate the questions this morning, though. Remember, if you want to give us 5-star reviews, we appreciate it. You can do it on any of the podcast platforms pretty much now. Also, here's what I really love. And if this is pandering and begging, so be it. You are our marketing department. We're not going anywhere. We're not taking an expanded off-season. We're not going to disappear for a month or two. You have asked for year-round content. I'm going to give you year-round content. What I need you guys to do is make sure everyone knows what we're doing. And how do you do that? You do it by sharing our stuff. Just a simple screenshot to prove you're listening. Tweet it out, tag me in it. Post it on Instagram, tag me in it. It's great viral marketing for us. We're into the kind of marketing that we don't have to pay for. Because Jesse and Colin, last time I checked, we still don't have an ad budget. We certainly don't have a marketing budget. And we've never really asked for one because you guys do the job for us. So thank you so much for that. Make sure that you are following on Twitter and Instagram @LateKickJosh.